Good evening and welcome to my midweek recap and plan ahead for Apple. Quick recap, have not taken any new trades this week in Apple. Monday provided a nice possible setup, but I did not take that position. Good reclaim of the 50 SMA, but we've now put in a much lower high, a very bearish candle, and volume at least somewhat confirms there is participation in that move. So if we break this 183.5 level, I will go to my trade plan, and this is what I'm looking for. If it breaks this level with strength, I will look at 180 puts for an initial drop down to this 180.60, 180.5 level. Just a previous low right here of this day. Also somewhat coincides with this previous range of the high over here, the last time there was an all-time high before the next reversal. So this will likely chop around or at least cause some sort of range trading here at this level. If it just blows right through it, good for me. I'll make money on the way down. Price action has been difficult for me to trade here for Apple in the past few days. That's why I haven't taken any new trades. I like to stay bullish. However, right now everything on the chart is telling me to go ahead and go short with the market and see what happens. Um, as I said, consolidation at this level, price target of about 177.5 roughly just for this gap. There may be some buyers there. Overall target is going to be way down here at 172. Now that is a $12 move down, not impossible for Apple. So if it does start to get some momentum and starts to crash pretty hard, I will look to hopefully trail my stop as much as possible, keep it as loose as possible, and capture as much of that gain as I'll be allowed to, unless it starts to chop in this area. Now, because this has a previous support and the 50 SMA will be right above, it may chop in here a little bit, may drop, consolidate, break down, may come down here, chop, then break up. At that point, this area will be a resistance because the 8 EMA will come down. 21 EMA will also be coming down and will be overhead resistance to price. So right now, no reason for me to stay bullish short term for Apple. Just looking for a trade to go ahead and capture some profits. Over here on the daily time frame, still keeping this flag measured move up here on highs. It's not, as I said before, it's not completely um, unreasonable to expect price action to do a false breakout, come down, chop around, then finally go on back on about its way. So many times I've seen that happen before. This may or may not be any different, but for now I'm going to keep that in mind. If I do get a very strong bullish pattern that sets up, I will look for another opportunity to take the trade that direction. But for now, looking at this breakdown, looking at these as resistances, and an overall measure move down to the 50, or excuse me, the 200 SMA down here around 172.5. If it does get down there and I'm able to take profit, I will look to see if I can take a support play in 175 calls about 2 weeks out in the future. For now, this would be all that I'm looking at for Apple. Have a good evening and good luck.